Well, good morning and welcome to Ships and Shipping coming to you from the port of Felixstowe. Today, Thursday, the 30th of May 2024. It's another dull and overcast day down here, I'm afraid. You get a bit fed up with it, don't you, sometimes? But there you go. I'm Chris, and today I just thought we'd update you a bit because, to be honest with you, nothing very wildly exciting is happening. Got a couple of little different things going on. The first one is to note that MSC Daisy, a relatively small ship, is alongside berth 9, which is usually pretty well reserved for larger vessels. And further down at the entrance to the River Stour from Harwich Harbour, we've got the mighty Maribo Maersk Triple E, and as you can see, I think she's swinging. Can't get any closer with this particular camera, but such is life. She's swinging. She's been in for a couple of days on, I think, Trinity 6 or 7, and I don't know where she's going to next. Perhaps she's just swinging, or perhaps she's going. I don't know. One of the things that I don't do these days, I don't run a VHF radio as so many people do, mainly because it's a little bit of a legal case. I ran, oh, excuse me, I ran a radio. Okay. I ran a radio on this job a while ago at VHF and got some comments and criticisms from people who know what they're talking about. And I have to say, I knew this already, but the legality on VHS is that the conversations are actually, here's one for you, the conversations are actually copyright. They're not, you cannot broadcast them without permission. And all the people who make films and back them up with VHF conversations are actually breaking the rules. But such is life. Now, I'm fascinated to see what Maribo Maersk is doing. I came down here and I didn't see anything to move at the port of Felixstowe this morning, but there you go. I'm not sure what she's doing. She may just be repositioning herself alongside, or she may be departing. We'll see. We will see as well because we've got the time. We've got another sort of 15 or 20 minutes that we can stay down here, and it looks as if she's positioning herself to depart. I don't know. Any thoughts or comments? I'd love to hear from you if you know more than me, which doesn't take much, as you probably realise. But we'll see what happens as a few minutes go past. It looks like one of the tugs is sitting on her quarter, although I don't know whether that's just as she's been swinging. I think it probably is. But we'll see what happens next because the bad tug is now going out ahead of her. And whether she will be picking up her rope or not, I don't know. But we'll soon see whether Maribo Maersk comes in this direction. If you've got any comments, excuse me, I'm going to have to cough. Excuse me. Yeah, if you've got any comments, views, information, anything that you'd like to share, well, I'm here for another 5 or 10 minutes, I guess. And I'd love to hear from you. So just give me a shout if you want. It's always good to hear from people in the morning when we're live from the port of Felixstowe. Time now coming up for 13 minutes past 8 in the morning. 08:13. Yeah, it looks as if she's coming out, but I can't really tell at this moment. She might be going back in the stern because she was in bow upstream when she was alongside before, because we saw her here yesterday morning, I think you may recall. Interesting to see what she's doing. I can't find any comment on any of the pages about her other than on the Port of Felixstowe's own page, which actually says that she's not due to leave until tomorrow. Well, it's interesting. She's now in position to go ahead if that is her choice. And because I'm using the phone to make this live clip. I can't use it to check up on her movements, such as like. I think we'll soon get it clear as to what's happening. While we're just waiting for Maribo Merce to decide what she's going to do, I'll show you a couple of other little bits and pieces. And the first one is this one, which is today's. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Let's just get rid of that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Let's just get to that. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get rid of that. There we go. So that is today and tomorrow's ship movements at the port of Felixstowe. And I'm convinced she's coming this way, actually, guys. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But this is the ship movements at the port of Felixstowe for today and tomorrow. Not hugely busy and not kind of very impressive ships, but there will be a bit more movement over the next couple of days. So we'll capture some of that for you and keep things going. There you go. The other one I wanted to show you, let's see if I can find that. I like this one a lot. Here we go. And this is a picture by a friend of ours at Great Yarmouth, which is a beautiful Spanish galleon arriving at Great Yarmouth on Tuesday evening. It's there, I think, until the 9th of June. And it's open to the public. There is an admission charge, but you can see what life was like on Spanish galleons of the 17th century up there at Great Yarmouth. We'll see if we can find a few more photographs as the week goes by, or as her stay goes by, and we'll bring you those when we can get them, or if we can get them. Come to that. Hopefully we can, and I hope our friend Sue will be able to help us out with some of those. So I'm fascinated to see what's happening with Maribo. Two tugs are pulling her out in the look of it, pulling her kind of away from the quays, although to be honest with you, can't really see it, can't see why. But we'll keep an eye on that and we'll come back to her in a moment. Well, no, in fact, we'll come back to her now. Let's see what's happening. There we go. Pop that one back up for the moment. Come along, Maribo, do something exciting. It's quite difficult to judge whether there is actual movement going on in a forward or a stern direction. My guess is that she's going astern. I'm not entirely convinced though, because if she was, she'd have a tug astern of her to help with her directional control. Hmm. There you go. I don't know. It's fascinating. I think she is going astern actually, but perhaps she was merely changing sides and she's now going to go alongside port side 2. I'm not sure. I think she is going astern. Quite unusual to see ships shift berth or change their position on a berth at Felixstowe. It doesn't happen very often at all. I don't know whether I can get in any closer. No, I can't. Using this particular production system, it's quite difficult to get in closer to a target. we can't. There you go, never mind. So what do we got? It's our friend Paul down there, or out there in the country. Maribo Musk AIS says she's going to Hamburg. Yep. But HHA says she's leaving tomorrow. And I think she is leaving tomorrow, Paul. I think she's just changing her side. So she's moving from being alongside starboard 2 to being alongside port side 2 is what it looks like to me. But there you go. Yeah, so I don't know, Paul. It's interesting, isn't it? Who knows? We shall see. But I think she's. I'm just going to look at my watch. Yeah, she is definitely going astern because she is becoming a smaller target for me. Let's see what our friend Ralph has to say. Oops. See what our friend Ralph has to say this morning. Happy birthday for Ships and Shipping. Thank you, mate. I love doing it, I have to tell you. So that was our first year's anniversary of producing Ships and Shipping from Felixstowe. And that was on, no, it wasn't. It was on Monday, wasn't it? It was the 27th, I think. Well, today is the 30th. Yeah, so it must have been. Um, the weather doesn't look too good, no. Aha, yeah, yeah. There's two more on the way. I know. We actually had some photographs, Ralph, of the first two new cranes turning up, and there are two more on the way. I don't know where they are. I thought they were supposed to be arriving yesterday, in fact, but we didn't see hide nor hair of them. So your guess is kind of as good as mine, I guess, on that one. I will have a little look later on and just see what's happening there because it would be worth seeing if we can get someone to take some photos for us if they do. London Gateway aren't really telling us much about what's happening. They said they were going to have an opening day in the second quarter. Well, the second quarter finishes at the end of June. That's the second quarter of 2024, which was their opening day originally for their berth number 4. It's going to make an interesting difference and it will put them back in a competitive situation because those guys at Gateway are fiercely competitive. DP World are a fiercely competitive company, and I'm not sure how competitive. Let's just get rid of that for you. There we go. And I'm not sure how competitive um, Hutchison's are these days. They seem to be holding their own, which is jolly good news for us here at Felixstowe. Um, but I think you always have to keep a bit of a watch on some of the other big port operators, or the other single big port operator, which is DP World. Don't forget that DP World have got Southampton and London Gateway. Um, Peel Ports have that Liverpool, quite large terminal at Liverpool now, but not getting much in the way of large ships. Yep, so I think we can write off further movements from Maribo Merce, who's going to go back into the berth and she's going poolside 2 back into the berth. So we won't see her coming past this morning. But I'm glad we turned up when we did because we've got an interesting little sidelight on things, which makes a change to see. Okay, what's happening now for the rest of the day? Well, I'm going to be doing a bit more video later on in the day, I hope, a couple of topics that I want to cover. We've got the nice little Daisy here alongside, which is quite cute to see, isn't it? I'll do a couple of better shots of her so you can see a bit more of it and see what an odd position she is in there as a small ship up against a very big berth. Much like I can always remember, I think one of the crane operators said ages ago that when much smaller ships, like some of the small feeders, go alongside those very tall cranes, it makes it a bit more hard work for them to actually get the positions correct and things like that. I don't know whether that's right or not, but perhaps someone will tell me. I'd like to know. Okay, well, we've been online now for 15 minutes, and I think that will do us. I'm just thinking about what else we could do today to add a bit of interest. I'm going to have a look at that as we go along. But in the meantime, I'm going to say if you have been, thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed reading your comments, Paul and Ralph. Do forget forget? No, don't forget. Anyone who's watching this in playback, thanks for watching then. Thanks for watching now. Don't forget you can make comments on the playback, and I'm always delighted to hear from you. Whatever you've got to say, as long as it's not too rude, I'm pretty happy. Okay, I'm Chris. This is Ships and Shipping. It is Thursday, the 30th of May 2024, and I'm now going to Morrison's to do some shopping. I thought you'd like to know. Okay, see you soon, and take very good care of yourselves. Don't overdo things, and thanks for watching.